and welcome to the latest episode of the Northern Ireland Women's Football Show with me, Jana McCabe. Today I'm delighted to be joined by Glentoran's Aiimee Neal and Lisburn Distillery's Rebecca Maxwell. Thank you both for joining me today. Aiimee, I'll start with you. Firstly, congratulations on the move. You must be excited to get started with Glentoran.
Yes, I'm excited. I was looking around the Oval there, I think it was last week. No, I'm really excited and I'm looking forward to the season to start.
What was it like going around there? A bit intimidating or really exciting?
No, I think it was Irish Cup day for the men's team, so it was good to see all the club members and everyone about the club, and you got a real good feeling about it once you stepped into the Oval.
And you're obviously not the only one that's starting out the Glens. Does that give you a bit of comfort that you've got other people that are just starting out too?
Yeah, I've known Aiimee and Sophie through underage levels with Northern Ireland, so I think it's better going in with them as well.
Rebecca, it was obviously a great year for yourself. You were Player of the Year in Division 4. You must have been very proud of that achievement.
Yeah, it was a good moment for me, but winning the league and the League Cup meant so much more.
Talk me through that. How winning the league's one thing, but then to follow it up with the League Cup as well.
Yeah, it was brilliant, and especially because we got so close the previous year and just fell short, but this year we made sure that we did it.
Did it make it a little bit more sweeter that last year you couldn't get it, but this year you did?
Yeah, definitely. It was that much sweeter.
Aiimee, you were with Sion last year. How was that experience for you?
I was there 3 seasons now, and it was a good club. There's a lot of good people in it. I enjoyed my time there. I think I got a lot of development there under Tony and Ryan, and I think it was a no-brainer to go to Glentoran. Obviously, they're a big club, big players, and I think that's key for my development, my next stage of development.
You mentioned there it was a no-brainer. What was it like when you made that decision?
I was approached by a couple of clubs, and I think once Glentoran came in, it was more, I was set on it.
You're coming in as defending league champions and you're now coming into that squad. That must be really exciting that you can push on, maybe defend that league title.
Definitely. Obviously I want to develop and stuff, and obviously I'm playing beside the best players in Northern Ireland, like senior internationals, so hopefully there will be a lot of development and hopefully we can push on now.
Rebecca, you've been with Lisburn Distillery for a while now, 3 seasons. That's from the start of when they began. How much growth have you seen in the club?
There's been a lot of growth in the senior team, but also the underage kids too. Like when I started, there was only a number of girls, and now there's 3 or 4 underage teams, so many girls are training. There's also a disability team that I got involved in, and it's great to see just so many people passionate about the club and football.
Is those underage teams something that you want to be involved in growing?
Yeah, something that I'm currently involved in the mini soccer at the minute, and I was at the under 13 girls too, so I'm definitely in and around the younger kids too.
What's led to that kind of increase in people? Because I think I said every week that there's been such a growth and it's been great in women's football, but what do you think it's down to?
I think it's the buzz of the World Cup and girls watching it on TV now, but also our success as the senior team and the girls that are local just wanting to get involved, and lots of the girls really came and watched our matches up at the grounds and stuff, and it's just great to see.
Aiimee, we were talking before that Sion obviously had quite a big crowd go to their games, and Glentoran, as in league champions, would have a good crowd. Is that something that you're excited for, kind of making that next generation passionate to get involved?
Yeah, I think a lot of girls and even boys would be coming to matches, and obviously them winning the league last season and just missing out the season before, I think that's going to bring more people in to watch football.
You've kind of had similar enough experiences but in different leagues. Obviously you missed out 2 years ago and so did you guys. So like, I can't even imagine the pressure of going into like a campaign as the league champions and having to prove yourself. Rebecca, are you excited to go into a new league, or is there a little bit of nerves going into it?
No, I'm excited. There was only really one team that we had a big challenge with last year, and it was the one we fell short of the year before. So it'll be good to push on and play against better teams and more competition.
What do you know about the league you're going into? Anybody you're nervous to play against?
Probably just going up with Lisburn again. Like, there's always a really competitive match between the two of us, so just need to keep our winning streak going over them.
And the Glens, you've kind of got that tail on your back now. Everybody's going to want to beat them, and even you scored against the Glens last year. So what are your thoughts going into it?
Yeah, I think in the Premiership there's always shocks and surprises. Like, any team can beat anyone. You just have to really just compose yourself every match and just go into it looking forward to it.
And I've got to go back to this goal because nobody's going to let you live it down, so I'll start on it. Talk me through it. What was it like scoring against the team that you've now signed for?
Well, at the time it was good. Obviously they were league champions and stuff like that. But it was bittersweet. Obviously it was my first senior goal for Sion, and yeah, it was good, but I don't know how I feel about it now that I've signed for Glentoran.
You kind of have to talk down the celebrations now. I'm sure at the time, as you said, it was your first senior goal for Sion, and like, to score it against them can't come much better than that.
Yeah, no.
But now you can't celebrate anymore now.
I know.
Rebecca, what would be your goals for this season? You want to be scoring against Lisburn maybe, and and push on against them? Yeah,
well, we beat them in the League Cup. We beat them 3 times this year actually, so to go from them taking the league off us basically the year before to beating them 3 times, we just want to keep that going and not let them get a win over us.
We're going to take a short break from here in the studio, and we're going to go over to the 1880 crossbar challenge featuring me and Rachel McGill. Now, you might think that Rachel McGill will absolutely tank me at the crossbar challenge, and it's safe to say I thought that would be the case going into it. Thankfully, Rachel's not here today. I can say that you might be slightly surprised with who won, or maybe I'm just saying this. We'll see. But over to me and Rachel McGill at Billy Neal playing fields.
Hello and welcome to the 1880 crossbar challenge. Not virtual reality, I have not edited myself in. Rachel's actually beside me. Welcome back, Rachel. Glad to be back. I just want to put some disclaimers out here before we start this challenge. Firstly, Rachel still plays football over Manchester, and she played before she left. Secondly, I'm used to sitting in a warm studio, presenting the show, or sitting at a game with my laptop. You're going to be so much better than this than I am going to be, but no, there's no cheating on my part. I think Jana has the same ability as me. I really think you're talking yourself down here, but that's enough talking from us. We're going to hope and pray that this rain that looks like it's coming in holds off, and maybe actually hit the crossbar before it goes dark, hopefully. Can I just say, in case nobody shows the footage, I hit it in the practice round. I did. I promise you. Attempt number 1.
Take 1.
Oh, it's goodness me, Jana. This is attempt number 1. I need to hit it now. Miguel's special and all that. The panic's getting there. The panic's getting there. Go on. Go on. Now we've got the first count, we're moving it back to the second. May the best player win. Oh, right. What is the way? Miguel special. Aren't happy. One good. Well done. Right. Oh. Right. Attempt 2 for Rachel. Attempt 2 Nelly. No! Okay, go for it. Oh, okay. Guilty special. So I just point this out before Rachel takes a shot, but we're both Ards fans, and he's using a banger colour ball. I hit it last time, so surely. God. Oh! They went in the net. Challenge with the open ball this time. Go. Am I losing? What? Oh no! One more! Go on! You've got this! Oh no. I need to get the crossbar this time to tie with Jana. Go on. No! And then, you and your bag, your ball. Do you want Ronaldo? That's the end of the 1880 crossbar challenge. Unfortunately, Jana won. Sorry, Rachel, who? Jana won. I will be using this for a long time now that I defeated the footballer at the crossbar challenge. Megan. Take it, Rachel.
I'll not be too cocky in my victory, but if Rachel McGill is watching this, I'm coming for your place in your team over in Salford, and Ards will be signing me next, and I'm coming for 2 of your places too with that crossbar challenge victory. But enough about my great success as a footballer. Aiimee, you're obviously some huge things coming up in the Champions League Glentoran are involved in. I'm sure that's something that you want to be part of.
Yeah, I've always wanted to play Champions League football, and now I'm getting the opportunity to play in it. I'm excited, and we don't know who we're playing against yet, but I think the draw is in June, so I'm excited for that.
Anybody that you want to play against? I know you have no say in it, but surely there's somebody you want to play against.
There's no one specific, to be honest. I don't know.
You just take whoever you get, you just want to be involved. Rebecca, obviously a huge league for Lisburn Distillery this year. You see the kind of likes of the girls that are playing higher leagues. Is that kind of your aim at Lisburn, to keep pushing on?
Yeah, well, I think we proved ourselves this year when we put Lauren out of the Super Cup of penalties, and we know how well we can play, and I don't really think we are a Division 4 team, and a lot of us did play Division 1 before we came to Lisburn Distillery, and obviously had to start from the bottom again, but our aim is just to keep working to get back to where we were.
What was it like beating Lauren that day and taking it all the way to penalties? As an Ards fan, I'm used to the penalties right now because we've just beaten Crusaders in the Irish Cup. As somebody who was obviously there but not affiliated, not on the pitch, you know, you're so nervous. On the pitch, how do you stay calm? How do you even, you know, relax or keep going?
No, it's definitely a hard one, and I've had bad experiences with penalties myself, so as soon as I got the final whistle, I was straight over to Barry and said, I'm not taking a penalty, and you feel guilty as the captain not to step up, but the girls who did a great job, and it was an unbelievable feeling.
Now you've seen me doing the crossbar challenge, do you reckon maybe you should take a penalty this year and get over that fear, or still?
Yeah, I'll definitely have to get down to the pitches and practice this year, and hopefully if the opportunity arrives, I'll step up.
If you need a training partner, I've proven I can hit the crossbar, so surely hitting the net's easier. Aiimee, you're also going to compete in the All-Ireland competition for Glentoran. You must be excited for that opportunity.
Yeah, I played last season with Sion in the All-Ireland Cup, and it was a good experience. So to play against the Southern teams plus Northern Irish teams, we were in a group last year with Bowes, Sligo and Cliftonville, and we ended up second, so we beat the 2 Southern teams in our group. But it's a good experience to see what the Southern teams are like compared to us.
On paper last year you had a very tough group, so you must have been proud of how well Sion did.
Yeah, I think we were 1-1 with Cliftonville until the last couple minutes, and then obviously we let a goal in, but we were disappointed in that much because we felt like we were the better team, but it just wasn't meant to be.
That must fill you with confidence that you're coming into this with experience in the Cup. You know, obviously Glentoran have experience too, but as a newbie at the club, you can kind of bring that to the table.
Yeah, definitely. Playing last season with Sion in it has brought more experience than some other people my age have, and now I'm looking forward to it.
And it might be a little bit awkward for you taking it, if we don't know the draw obviously yet, but some of those Sion girls have moved down south, so you might be playing against them.
I might be playing against some of my friends now.
Is that helpful, or is that even worse? Do you want to beat them even more?
Well, I know how some of them play, so we'll just have to see.
And you've obviously had experience with other clubs as well, Rebecca. You played for Cliftonville, Belfast Swifts and Plunkett. What's the difference between those clubs and the likes of Distillery?
I play with a lot of the same girls that I played for the other clubs with, so it's not much of a change, but it's just good to have a fresh start. It's the first Distillery girls team in a long time, and it's good to be making history as we move up the ranks, so yeah, it's definitely a good place to be.
You seem to have a really nice way about yourself. Any game that I've done before, you kind of are all kind of like family, and you all seem really good friends. That must be really helpful when it comes to football.
Yeah, I've always said that. The girls I play football with are probably the closest girls I have in my life, especially playing centre midfield with my sister. So we do everything together, and no, there definitely is a family kind of feeling around the club.
Is it difficult to play with your sister? Like, I'm an only child, so I can't say, but like siblings, you don't want to fight sometimes, and you scream at her.
Yeah, there definitely is times. I can be quite a hothead on the pitch, and she doesn't like that at all. She's quite timid, so yeah, but there definitely is clashes, but no, it's good to be able to share all these really good experiences with her. And
your brother plays football too. He, in my eyes, Colin behind the camera won't agree, he has better taste, he plays for Ards. So you're a very football family, and obviously your mum Donna is a coach. Is there anything but football happening in your house? No, I actually wonder what families talk about that don't have an interest in football, because that's all it's spoken about in my house, but that's the way we were brought up from we were wee, and it's such a big part of our lives, and it's had such a good impact on me, my brother and my sister, so I am really grateful for it. Does it help having your mum there helping coach? Oh yeah, it does and it doesn't, but no, it is. It's like I said with Cora too, it's just good to be able to share something I love with the people I love most, so yeah. Sounds like quite the setup. I think if I played with my family, I would be, they'd be killing me, never mind me killing them. Aiimee, I'll come back to you for a minute. You say your family don't really play football, but your brother seems to be getting involved. Yeah, he's playing soccer and Gaelic now. I went a couple of weeks ago to watch him play a wee blitz, and he scored a header there, and as soon as he scored it, he came and looked over at me, so I think he looks up to me that sort of way. And Rebecca, I got to address the elephant in the room here. One slight problem with you being Lisburn Distillery is obviously Colin Hopkins, who's obviously heavily involved in 1880. What's it like having him at games all the time, having to ask for interviews? Because you've been superb today, so you're obviously very well media trained now. No, it's good. I think Colin being such a big part of the club gives us good publicity and makes sure that we're always in the radar. So yeah, no, it's definitely good to have him around. It's time for another break here, and we're going to head over to Colin as he talks us through what has been a very busy start in the transfer market for our local teams as they prepare for the 2024 season.
It's been a busy few weeks in the transfer market for our local women's Premiership teams, with the biggest news no doubt being the transfer of Mid-Ulster Ladies goalkeeper Lily Crooks-Woods, who's made the move across to the English mainland and signed for Newcastle United Women. Newcastle play their football in the FA Women's National League Division 1 North, and there's no doubt Lily will be hoping to break into the first 11 at a team who only last week took on the might of Manchester United Women in the Adobe Women's FA Cup. On the local transfer market, recently reappointed head coach Ryan McConville has wasted no time in adding several new faces to the players' roster at Linfield Women, as he bids to return the Blues to league challengers. In came prolific goalscorer Cora Chambers, who has joined the club from Sion Swifts, as the Blues look to further enhance their firepower for the new season, with Naomi Donnan also returning to the club after a spell with Sion Swifts. Talking of returning players, Former Arsenal goalkeeper Nicole Adams has also rejoined the club for a second spell. The Blues have also added experience to their ranks with 2 more new signings in the form of Republic of Ireland international Grace Murray and Armagh GAA player Alex Clark. There's no doubt it's the Blues' intention to have a real go at wresting back the Women's Premiership from Glentoran this season. Of course, the Glens won't be letting their title go without a fight, and they too have strengthened by bringing in 3 new players. Our guest today, Aiimee Neal, has joined the club from Sion Swifts, with Sophie Keenan joined from Linfield, and Amy Kerr moving to the Oval from Ballyclare Comrades. All 3 players, although still young, have represented Northern Ireland at underage international level, so will doubtless add a lot more quality moving forward to an already very strong Glentoran side. In the north of the city, by comparison, the transfer market has been reasonably quiet so far, although both Crusader strikers and Cliftonville have added to their squads. The Crews have brought in highly rated young goalscorer Mia Moore from Linfield, whilst over at Solitude, Northern Ireland's under-19 international midfielder Naomi McLaughlin has joined the side from Sion Swifts. And finally, on the transfer front, Larne women have dipped into the NIWFA Championship to sign 2 of the division's leading players in Ella Parker and Tara Gilmore, both of whom have joined the club from Ballyclare Comrades. And finally, moving away from the transfer market, it's a massive congratulations to Cliftonville's Danielle Maxwell, who last week was voted Women's Premiership of Player of the Year by the NI Football Writers. Well done, Danielle.
Aiimee, you've been involved with Northern Ireland at the under-17s and under-19s. What was that experience like?
Yeah, it's always good to put on the Northern Ireland shirt. I've been a couple places with them, Turkey, Spain, England, Scotland, places like that. But I got a lot of development throughout my years. I think I started there when I was about 14, 15, and I've played with the same girls up until I was 19. So I've got a good bond with a lot of players and different teams in the league as well. So I got a good amount of friendships with it.
Kind of, we were talking earlier with friendships, it's just so kind of big in football. You were saying with you, with Lisburn Distillery. Is it something that you want to push on to, Aiimee, to play for the senior club?
Yeah, definitely. It's just a pity that there's no under 21s, under 23s, where the likes of me, I'm turning 20 now, can't play with, because there's a big gap between under 19s and seniors, as you can see. But yeah, my next stage is to just push on the seniors, hopefully.
There's been a lot of girls that have pushed through to that senior side recently in recent campaigns. Does that give you a bit of inspiration, kind of push you on to do that too?
Yeah, definitely. There's been a couple girls that I've played with throughout their years, and they've now made their senior debuts, and hopefully I can do that soon.
Rebecca, I've mentioned many times, and don't want to put too much pressure on you, but it is a huge year for Lisburn Distillery. When you get going, what are your personal goals?
I think just to score more goals this year. That was the first league title I've ever won from I started playing football many years ago, so definitely want that feeling again this year, and just to bring more trophies as a team back to the club.
Have you kind of got that bug now? You just need to keep winning?
Yeah, I'm not a good loser as it is, so now that I've got the winning bug, I'll not be going back.
And as captain, how are you going to push this team forward? You've obviously done an amazing job so far.
I think, like you said earlier, our bond off the pitch really benefits us on the pitch, so just as long as everyone's keeping that tight knit that we have, then it'll show on the pitch.
Aiimee, again, I'm putting so much pressure on the two of you. A huge year for you too. What do you know about the likes of the teams around you? Obviously, you've a lot of experience playing against them with Sion, but what do you know now? You're Glens girl. What about Cliftonville? What about those teams that are kind of going to be trying to get you?
Yeah, there's obviously worry about other teams no matter what club you play for. You just have to be level-headed really, and just take every game as it comes, and just want to perform well and just not concede any goals really.
Are you hoping to get that bug like Rebecca's got of being the champions this year and then next year going on again?
Yeah, hopefully. We'll soon see.
And those senior players at the Glens, like the Demi fans, the ones that have international experience, there's so many, I could go on and on and on. They must give you a lot of motivation to push forward and maybe be like that for the younger generation coming through.
Yeah, definitely. That was one of the reasons that pushed me onto Glentoran, is that they have so many senior internationals that I'll be now playing beside. I used to look up to, and now like all of a sudden I'm playing beside them. So yeah, hopefully I get a lot of development and stuff playing beside them.
Rebecca, it's obviously not your league, but you maybe cover your ears for this one. What do you think of the Premiership? Who do you reckon is going to go away with it this year?
I'll have to say Glentoran for that.
Yeah, but you just, right, Aiimee, you're not in this conversation about it. Do you think Glentoran can defend their title?
Yeah, I would say so.
Is that because Aimee's here?
Kind of.
Or is it because Aimee's playing for the Glens now?
Yeah, they're doing improved now.
Do you feel that pressure, Aiimee? Obviously now Rebecca, the wise words of Rebecca, she thinks she can do it. Is there a little bit of pressure, or are you just excited to get started and try to defend that league title?
No, I'm more excited than there is pressure. Obviously there's pressure for me to perform well and get into the team and stuff, but no, I'm excited to just defend it, really.
I have absolute faith that you're going to absolutely shine in that Glentoran team, and hopefully at the end of the season that you'll be coming in here and you'll still be talking to me after all this. But your suffering is over. You are done for a while. That's it for this episode of the Northern Ireland Women's Football Show. Thank you both for joining me. I'm really excited to see how you get on this season, and hopefully you'll both be in again and I haven't scared you too much. And thank you so much for watching at home, and hopefully you guys enjoyed me beating Rachel in the crossbar challenge, and hopefully it's the first of many victories against her. But for now, it's bye for me.